Welcome back. If you can mentally go somewhere with me today, this restaurant is actually closed in town. There used to be a restaurant called Izzy's that was a buffet. And when you walk in, it's like there's tables, I don't know the correct terminology, but where all the food is. And you can go on both sides, and it's like, you know, there's meat here, and there's salads here, and there's this over here, and just all these different foods. And when you come in, you get a plate about this big. And you cannot take everything that's being offered. Even if you took a little bit, it would probably crowd your plate. But then there's certain things you like, so you take more of that. And when you say yes to this, it means that you can't fill it up with other things. But you can go back at times. And there's a verse, John's been talking about gathering, and I just love this from the Passion. Discover creative ways to encourage others and to motivate them towards acts of compassion, doing beautiful works as expressions of love. This is not a time to pull away, or to neglect meeting together, but it's the time of pressing in. And if you can picture, that so captures me, to discover creative ways to encourage each other. And it's like we're walking into this buffet that God has. And he has all sorts of ways to encourage each other. And it's like we get to walk along, and I get to load up some things that are just going to be nourishment to encourage others. It's like, you know, sometimes it's like everything just comes to you, but this you get to discover. It's like a treasure hunt that just, you know, God gave us this day, and he's like knocking on the door, and he says, hey, I put a treasure hunt out in front of you. Go discover ways that you can encourage others and motivate them towards acts of compassion as beautiful expressions of love. Isn't that cool? God has so much. I love that one song we were singing that the promises are yes and amen. That God, you know, I kind of grew up, no's were maybe a big thing. But I've realized that the no's don't even begin to compare to the yeses. It's like, you might not be able to do that, but you can do 20 things. God has all these expressions of creativity that we can tap into to show love to each other. And it's like, you know, I tend to get in a routine with the way I love Nyla. But God has like creative expressions of ways to love that are just so much. It's just like, man, let's just go exploring today. God, how do you want me to love others? You know? And so then we have to see, right? And so we ask God, show me. And so then it's like God shows me, oh, wow, this person could use a word of encouragement. This person could do, it's just so fun. I've showed up for church with $100 in my pocket, and God just tells me, give it to this guy. It's just like, what? What am I going to say? That's kind of weird. No, you just show him. It's just an expression of my love. And just whatever I have, just, God, how can I be creative and pour it out and love on others? Because, see, what we're doing is we're shifting the atmosphere. We're not living in the atmosphere of the world. I am starting a campfire over here, and I'm going to throw some steaks on it, and the steaks are going to begin to sizzle and smell. You can maybe throw some mushrooms on there, and it's like I'm creating a meal. I'm not just, you know, going out and just saying, hey, I'm, you know, this is the way the world is. No, we're creating something, and to tap into the riches of God in these days, because he has so much. It's just abundance, overflow. I just challenge you to just say, God, show me something. How can I be creative with love today? What do you have for me? And just live it out. He thought of you before the world began and thought of August, is today the 25th? and thought, okay, I got a whole bunch of things cataloged for today. And so he's just inviting you to go in and pull it out. God, what do you have for today? What did you create just for today that you have that's going to show me how to love others and show me how much you love me? Isn't he awesome? He is just incredible, incredible. So bless you as you discover creative ways